Today I'm in Cleethorpes and I'm here to try out the biggest fish and chip shop in the UK. It's called Papa's Fish and Chips and it's just behind me right there, and apparently it can seat over 500 people, which not only makes it the biggest fish and chip shop in the UK but also the world. So let's go check it out, try out some fish and chips and see what it's like. So this fish and chip shop is in a bit of an unusual location. It's out on this pier. So you can imagine when the tide is in, it's surrounded by water, and I suppose you can eat your fish and chips in the sea. But this is the building, the biggest fish and chip shop in the UK, Papa's Fish and Chips. Let's have a closer look. So it looks like you've got a takeaway section over here where you can buy your fish and chips and take them out to eat on the beach maybe, but then there's also an eat-in section, which I think for me that's where I'm going to go. So let's head in to the restaurant, which is restaurant, takeaway, tea room. Let's head to the restaurant. Which is it, down this way? Which way is it? It's down this way. Okay, and I've made it inside Papa's. Now check out this massive hall here. I mean, you've got loads of seating, probably for hundreds of people. Got big chandeliers there, seating looking out onto the sea, and I'm guessing this used to be some sort of performance room because you've got a stage right up there at the front, but they've converted it into this big dining hall. But it does look pretty fancy and massive. If this massive dining hall is anything to go by, the fish and chips should be great. So let's get ordering. Right, so this is the menu, and it comes in the form of this sort of newspaper article or newspaper with the story, the headline, the daddy of fish and chips, Papa's. Let's open it up. So ordering, the way it works is you can order at the bar or scan the QR code, but straight away you've got the different sides like your curry sauce, mushy peas, gravy, got extras. Oh, they even have a whole patty here. You've got different salads, calamaris, and then the chip shop classics, the fish and chips. I'm probably going to go for one of these here. But looking more at the menu, you've got chicken nuggets, you've got different types of plaice and chips, skate wing and chips. They also do pies. What else have we got? Let's turn the page. We've got some other seafood. So you've got different grilled seafood platters, salads, even burgers. And then your drinks too. Plus our dessert as well. If I've got room, I think I might order one of these later on. But that's the menu. I think I'm going to have another quick browse through and I'll order fish and chips and a selection of the sides. I'll join you back when I have my food. Okay, so food ordered. I also got myself a pot of tea. So let's make a quick cuppa before my food comes. Bit of milk, a quick stir. Let's try it out. It's nice tea. Right, and my food has arrived, and this looks and smells delicious. Let me give you a closer look at what I got. Okay, so this is my meal. So that is the fish and chips a decent portion. I went with a medium-sized haddock and chips. You have on the side, I went with some mushy peas, some tartare sauce, and some curry sauce too. And then you get a slice of bread as well. But this is a fantastic looking meal. Let's dig in. Okay, so the first thing you have to do whenever you get fish and chips is put on a lot of salt and vinegar. And I like quite a lot on, so I'm going to use this not sparingly and get a load of vinegar as well. Right, let's dig into this meal. Okay, so the first thing I think I'm going to go in for is some of the chips. So have a look at this. So this is a chip from the biggest fish and chip shop in the world. A nice golden colour, it feels slightly crisp. Let's go for a bite. So that is your classic chip shop chip right there. So soft and fluffy on the inside, nice potato flavour, a little bit crisp on the outside too, and then you get the salt and vinegar that I put on the outside. This is a good chip. Okay, so before I move on to the fish, I'm going to try out some of the sides first. So we have the mushy peas, a nice sort of dark green colour. I'm going to try it straight on a chip. Now have a look at that. This is a good looking bite of mushy peas and chips. Let's try it out. So you get some good flavour in that mushy peas there. It's a little bit salty as well, so I think there's a bit of salt in there. A good pea flavour. It's not totally mushed. You have some sort of whole peas in there, a little bit of, well, half peas. So you get good texture when you bite into it. It's thick. It's kind of like a really thick mash, but this is a good mushy peas. Let's move in next for the curry sauce. Now this, it kind of varies in a lot of different fish and chip places. So it's going to be interesting to see what this one is like. Let me give you a closer look. So there it is. A nice brown colour. It's really, really thick as well. Almost sort of no run in it. Let's go for a taste. So this curry sauce is a little bit fruity. So you get the curry flavour. It's a little sweet, a little salty too, but also you do get a kick with it. So it's a little spicy, but I would say this is more of a fruity curry sauce. In fact, you know what? I think that curry sauce has quite a bit of a kick. I can feel it in the back of my throat. So let's go in for some of this tartare sauce to try and calm it down a bit. So there it is, and it looks sort of fresh and homemade. I've got it on the chip there. Let's try this out. Okay, so not a bad tartare sauce. It is slightly creamy. You definitely get a sour sort of gherkiny flavour in there, pickle flavour, so I think that's definitely in there. But it does taste fresh and it does cut through the curry sauce. Okay, I think the time has come to try out some of the fish. So let's cut this in half and let me see if I can show you the middle of this fish and chips. So let's grab it. Can I take this up to the camera without it breaking? Here it is. Look at that fish. It's really white. Feels crispy on the outside, really nice and thick too, not a thin fish. Let's cut off a bite to try. Okay, here it is. I've cut off a nice bite-sized piece of this fish, and look how crispy the batter looks. The fish is nice and white. I went with haddock, as I said before, but you can go for cod if you want. But let's go in for a bite of this fish. So that is a great bite of fish, and check that out. So you get the crunch as you bite into the batter, The fish on the inside is soft. It kind of melts away in your mouth as you bite into it. You get a bit of the fishy haddock flavour, and then the salt and vinegar on the outside. This is a good bite of fish. You know what though, I kind of want to try out just some of the batter on its own, because this batter is a little different to other ones that I've had before. So let me just get a bit of the batter and show you. So there it is, a nice golden brown colour. It's kind of half thick and half not, sort of in between, but this batter feels really sort of light and crispy, almost like a tempura batter. It almost kind of melts away in your mouth as you eat it. Okay, and if I show you the haddock as well, have a look at how big the chunks are and how flaky and white that is. So it's going to be really fresh fish there. Let's go for a bite of this haddock. You know what? It almost feels meaty. That's how thick cut this is. Okay, as good as the fish and chips is on its own, I think we need to try it dipped in some of the sides. So here is the fish and chips with some mushy peas. Here it goes. So that mushy peas just adds an extra element of flavour in there, and it kind of makes it a bit more comforting with that sort of pea flavour and that stodgy mash texture. Next up, let's try a bite dipped in the curry sauce. So here it goes. Fish and chips dipped in the curry sauce. Now that, I think, is going to be a delicious bite. Here it goes. Again, that curry sauce just adds a bit of a flavour boost and gives you a kick to the bite. So that again is one tasty bite of food. I think since I've got the tartare sauce too, I've got to try out a bite with the tartare sauce. So here it is, fish chips and tartare sauce. Here it goes. So these combos are absolutely delicious, and I still have a slice of bread left to make, a fish and chip butty. Let's go in for an ultimate combo with mushy peas, fish and chips, and let's try it dipped in the curry sauce. Now that might be the ultimate bite of this meal, and it's all falling down onto my plate. Let's get it back on and try this out. Okay, as I said before, I got a slice of bread with this meal, so let's make a fish and chip butty. So first up, I think I'm going to layer it with the chips and then add the fish on top, and then the mushy peas goes on top of that. And let me give you a look at that fish and chip butty with mushy peas. Let's try this out. These combo bites just get better and better. Let's tartare sauce this sandwich up as well. We'll check that out. Tartare sauce, fish and chip butty. Here it goes. Okay, and last but not least, let's try out a fish and chip butty in some curry sauce. Here it goes. Right, let me finish this up and I'll see if I've got room for dessert. So, did I have room for dessert? Well, definitely. And this is what I went for. So check that out. So that is a sticky toffee pudding with some ice cream. Let's dig into this. So you get 3 big scoops here, and check this out. I think it's just plain vanilla ice cream, but it looks delicious. Let's try it. So this ice cream is really, really cold and creamy. Check that out. And it's kind of mixed in with a bit of the toffee sauce from the sticky toffee pudding, which makes it extra delicious. Okay, let's move on to the actual sticky toffee pudding. And this looks absolutely delicious. So check that out. Sticky toffee pudding with some toffee sauce on the bottom. Here it goes. So this sticky toffee pudding is fantastic. So check that out. So it's really spongy and soft, really sweet. You get a good toffee flavour, and it's really soaked in there too. This is a great pudding. So it comes with a really hot toffee sauce. So I don't know if you can see that there, but that has got some good sweet flavour to it. Right, let's go in for a combo bite with everything together. So let's get a bit of the sticky toffee pudding, a bit of the ice cream too, and the sauce. Now check that out. So we've got the ice cream, the sticky toffee pudding, and the sauce. Okay, so I think this is the perfect way to round off this meal. So this really sweet toffee caramel flavoured pudding, it really does contrast the savoury salty fish and chips, and it's a perfect dessert. Okay, let me finish this up and I'll join you outside where I'll give you a roundup of the costs I spent today. What a great meal that was. The fish, the batter was really crispy and really light too. It almost melted away as you bit into it. And the fish, that was really meaty. It was like you were biting into a fish steak. And then you had the sticky toffee pudding. That was fantastic. So overall, a great meal. Anyway, let me give you a rundown of the costs I spent today. So I went with a medium haddock and chips, which came in at £11.99. My slice of bread was 49p, mushy peas 1.89, and curry sauce 1.89 each. I got a pot of tea, which was £2.39, and then my sticky toffee pudding dessert, that was £5.49. So altogether the total cost was £24.14. So I think not bad a price for that massive meal. Anyway, what did you think of the biggest fish and chip shop in the world? Comment down below your thoughts. And if you like fish and chips, click on the thumbs up icon below and click on subscribe to come along for the next food journey.